Absolutely. Here's your modified long-form speech-style version of the article, extended into more than 50 seamless paragraphs of narrative-style delivery without paragraph counts or directives. There comes a time in every nation's sporting history when promise matures into power. For British tennis, that moment now carries a name: Jack Draper. For years, he was the hopeful, the one everyone watched with raised brows and cautious optimism. A left-handed prodigy with the physique of a champion, yet chained by the fragility of a body that refused to follow his will. Today, that story has changed. Jack Draper is no longer the injury-prone talent on the sidelines. He's no longer the bright-eyed youngster bowing out in early rounds. Today, he walks into Wimbledon not just as Britain's #1, but as its most credible contender since the days of Murray's golden reign. He has walked a path lined with pain, built from rehab sessions and forged in sweat. 2 years ago, he withdrew from Wimbledon with a shoulder injury, frustrated, fatigued, and labelled as the guy who's always injured. The label stung, but it ignited something deeper. He transformed that hurt into hunger. Draper ripped up the script. He brought in fitness trainer Steve Kotzer and physio Will Herbert. Then he reshaped his support crew completely. The addition of Matt Little and Shane Annan, longtime members of Andy Murray's inner circle, redefined his physical foundation. He no longer looks like the athlete that faltered. He no longer moves like the player that once broke down. At 6 feet 4 inches and now lean, muscular and menacing, Jack Draper has been reborn into something closer to a machine. Even he jokes about it. After reaching the Queen's semi-finals, he admitted that he used to look like a Ferrari but felt more like a Toyota. Now, there's no mistaking the engine. It purrs with strength. It accelerates with purpose. It endures. When January's Australian Open tested his limits across 3 brutal 5-set victories, Draper didn't flinch. He didn't fold. He surged. Each win reaffirmed his physical evolution and mental transformation. He wasn't just surviving long matches, he was commanding them. And this is what elevates him from participant to contender. His body is no longer a liability. It's his weapon. On the grass courts where margins are slim and rhythm is gold, Draper's game flows with elegant aggression. He's always been powerful, but now he's also purposeful. Thanks to coach James Trotman, he's embraced risk at the right moments. Aggression is no longer reckless, it's refined. Drop shots dance at the net. Forehands crack like thunder. He strikes early, decisively, and backs himself to own the moment. The bravery to go for it, especially under pressure, is no accident. It's rehearsed. It's embedded. It's statistically validated. The ATP's under pressure rating ranks him second only to the world #1, Jannik Sinner. That's not just elite company. That's title-winning pedigree. Break points saved. Tie breaks won. Deciding sets owned. Draper is proving he belongs. And then there's the serve. It's not just a starting shot. It's an announcement. With variety and venom, he hammers his way into points. While his first serve percentage isn't atop the rankings, the effectiveness when he lands it is devastating. 14th in the world in points won behind his first serve, Draper brings the heat. Annabelle Croft described it perfectly. He's got every kind of serve you can imagine. And on grass, that's a deadly arsenal. It's not just the power, but the precision. The ability to place the ball where opponents don't expect. The slice wide, the kick up high, the flat bullet through the middle. Every serve Draper delivers sets the stage for domination. Then comes the forehand. On the slick green courts of Queen's Club, Draper's forehand exploded. Whether stepping in to dictate rallies or flicking winners down the line on the run, the shot carried authority. The strike zone is clean, the technique refined, and the confidence palpable. As he said himself, when that ball is coming in fast, especially on grass, you have to stay low and stay down. That attention to detail, that precision in chaos, separates champions from challengers. But Wimbledon isn't just about skill. It's about spirit. It's about shouldering the hopes of a nation and not shrinking beneath their weight. Jack Draper knows this. He's been the British #1 before. But never like this. Never as a 4th seed. Never with this many eyes watching. Not since Andy Murray in 2017 has a homegrown player entered SW19 with this kind of seeding. And with it comes scrutiny. With it comes pressure. Draper doesn't hide from it. He feeds on it. The crowd becomes his chorus. He raises his arms. He roars. But still, the shadows of nerves from the past linger. They creep in when expectations mount and margins close. This time, he's ready. He's been working with a breathing coach to still the storm. To tame the tension. And so far, it's worked. The composure he now carries is as much a weapon as his serve. Still, the test looms. The true test isn't in the first round applause or the patriotic fervor. It's in the tight moments. The 4th sets. The tie breaks. The days when the serve isn't clicking and the crowd grows restless. That's where champions are made. As Greg Rutsky said, dealing with expectation when you're playing well is easy. It's when you're not playing well that pressure becomes difficult. But Draper isn't pretending to be anything he's not. He's not chasing shadows or trying to mimic Federer, Nadal or Djokovic. He's building his own legacy. One match, one shot, one roar at a time. This Wimbledon won't just be a tournament for him. It will be a crucible. It will ask everything of him, the body he rebuilt, the mind he sharpened, the game he now believes in. And when he steps out onto center court, it won't just be Draper versus whoever's on the other side of the net. It will be Draper versus history. Draper versus expectation. Draper versus the moment. But this time, he's ready to win that fight. Because this isn't the old Jack Draper. This is the new contender. This is the Wimbledon warrior Great Britain has waited for. And maybe, just maybe, this is the summer Jack Draper becomes a champion.